Hello students, today I am going to discuss Chapter 9, Reproduction in Animals. The learning objectives of this chapter will be: there are two modes by which animals reproduces. These are number 1, sexual reproduction, number 2, asexual reproduction. Reproduction resulting from the fusion of male and female gametes is called sexual reproduction. The reproductive organ in the female includes ovaries, oviduct, and uterus, and the reproductive organ in the male include testes, sperm ducts, etc. The ovary produces female gamete called ova, and the testes produces male gamete called sperms. The fusion of a sperm and ovum is called fertilization. First of all, I am going to discuss what is reproduction. Living organisms produce young ones of their own kind. The ability to produce new individual is known as reproduction. Reproduction helps in the continuity of life from one generation to the next. Modes of reproduction. There are two modes of reproduction by which animals reproduce. Number 1, sexual reproduction. Number 2, asexual reproduction. Asexual reproduction. In asexual reproduction, a single parent produces its own kind. It does not require the help of another kind. Example: amoeba, yeast, hydra, etc. reproduces by asexual reproduction. The offspring produced by asexual reproduction are identical to the parent and are called clones. Now, sexual reproduction. In sexual reproduction, two parents, a male and a female, are needed to produce a new individual. Both the male and female have different reproductive parts. Each parent produces special sex cell known as gamete. The male produces the sperm and the female produces the egg. Now I am going to discuss male reproductive organs. The reproductive system of human male consists of following organs. Number 1, testes, as you can see in the figure. These are 2 in number, can see clearly in the figure, and oval in shape. They lie within the scrotum outside the abdominal cavity. Testes produce male gamete called sperms. Number 2, sperm duct. A pair of sperm ducts, one from each of the testes, carries a sperm to the urethra. This also you can see clearly shown in the figure. Now, female reproductive organ. The reproductive system of human female consists of the following parts. Number 1, ovaries. A pair of ovaries is situated in the abdominal cavity. You can see in the figure. In human being, only one egg is released every month by either of the two ovaries. Number 2, oviduct or fallopian ducts. These are thin and coiled muscular tube, which you can see in the figure. It joins the uterus and the ovaries. Number 3, uterus. You can see very clearly given in the picture. It is a broad muscular chamber where the fertilized ovum develops into a baby. Now I am going to discuss the process of fertilization. The very first step in the process of reproduction is the fusion of a sperm and an egg. When a sperm comes in contact with an egg, one of the sperm may fuse with the egg. Such fusion of the egg and the sperm is called fertilization. During fertilization, the nuclei of the sperm and the egg fuse to form a single nucleus. This results in the formation of a fertilized egg or zygote. Fertilization takes place in two different ways. Number 1, external fertilization. When the fusion of male and female gamete takes place outside the body of the female, it is called external fertilization. This type of fertilization takes place in water. It is very common in frog and aquatic animals such as fish and starfish. Number 2, internal fertilization. Fertilization which takes place inside the female body is called internal fertilization, and internal fertilization occurred in many animals including humans, cows, dogs and hens. Students, have you heard about test tube babies? You can see in the figure Louise, she was the world's first test tube baby. She was born on 25th July 1978. You can see the present day picture also. Now, I'm going to discuss about the test tube baby. You must have heard that about the women who are unable to bear babies because sperm cannot reach the egg for fertilization. In such cases, doctors collect freshly released egg and sperm and keep them together for a few hours for IVF. IVF full form is in vitro fertilization. And fertilization occurs outside the body. In case fertilization occurs, the zygote is allowed to develop for about a week and then it is placed in the mother's uterus. Complete development takes place in the uterus and the baby is born like any other baby. Babies born through this technique are called test tube babies.